Alright, welcome back. So, did a little digging into the guitar and found out a little bit of history and what's going on. Pulled the pickups out, and they are an EMG 58, which was the bridge pickup, and an EMG 60, which was the neck pickup. And these were the pickups that were really hot back then in 1984-85. I believe the 58 and 60 were one of the first ones that EMG came out with, the active pickups, and they do sound very good. I remember when I got them in there, I was like, oh my god, they sounded much better than the factory Gibsons that came with it, and pretty cool. Unfortunately, when I tried to pull the 9-volt battery off and replace it because I wanted to see if it was actually working, the terminals, they just pop right off. I mean, it's an easy fix, but you know, it's old. I mean, it just came right off. It was like a little board there that it's connected to is just rotted, I guess. It's like brittle. Okay. So also, this is not a Floyd Rose, it's a Kahler. When I made that video, I literally just pulled it out of the box and I was like, well, okay, this is pretty cool. Maybe somebody might want to see this. Yeah, so it's a Kahler, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I may keep that. Potentiometers, like I said, they're seized. I'm going to have to do something with that. I'll do the best I can, clean them out. And I think I'll be able to get them working okay. If not, I have to replace it, I do. Has a Switchcraft input jack. I had to take that off because of some of the wiring. But the three-way switch. Well, you know what was amazing on this guitar? Before I was even going to get into this, I wanted to make sure the neck was okay and the truss rod was working. And let me show you. Oops. Nice if I got, there we go. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but only thing I did was just check to make sure the truss rod was working, and it absolutely is working perfectly, like butter. And look how straight that neck is. That's unbelievable. I mean, there's a little bit of gap right. I mean, we're talking, this thing is straight. 35 years sitting in a case. And this neck is straight with no tension on it. I'm sure, I mean, think about it. When I put it into the case with no strings on it, I made sure the neck was straight, obviously. And it stayed straight. I find that almost impossible for that to happen. Over the years, I live in New Jersey. We got winter, summer, the humidity is up and down. There is absolutely no way that that would happen. Yet, here it is. And check out the nut. Another thing I was shocked at. The nut is in absolutely great shape. The frets, the neck, yeah, I'm gonna get this thing playing. This is and it's an ebony fingerboard. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. Also, the plant that this was made at is Kalamazoo, Michigan. Closed down. The best I could tell is like early 85, late 84. I mean, if you go to Wikipedia, it says it closed in 84. Well, this was manufactured in October of 84. And I did some reading up on it, and the only people working in that plant back then, at that time, were people with a lot of seniority. Unfortunately, most of the people there got laid off. The production went down. They were moving equipment to Nashville to set up their new plant. So whoever manufactured this guitar working in that plant then, they were very experienced, and they did a hell of a job on that neck, boy, because that neck is beautiful. Unbelievable. Yeah, so that's the good news. The bad news, I don't know if I could really... The bad news is I don't have the original bridge. I don't have the original pickups, and I may have the original tuners, but I'm guessing if I took them off, I wouldn't really... Because I had the, the locking system here, I didn't need locking tuners. So I'm thinking, these Gibsons have a tendency, they will break. And I've had it already happen in my studio Les Paul. I had to change one of them out. And I may have just changed out the tuners, or I may have taken them off and put them on another Gibson that I had. I've had a bunch of Gibsons over the years, so honestly, I don't know if I have them. They could be on another guitar, sold to somebody else somewhere. But yeah, that's about the only thing. Is some of the original stuff I don't have. But I'll definitely be able to get this thing up and running. As far as the finish goes, I know somebody had mentioned, left a comment about refinishing this. And you can see it's white. It's the Ivy white. And you can see when I pick down into the, down through the finish, there's the white. It's an alder body. It's very light. Refinish it. You know, me personally, I'm not into like relic guitars. I know people like to relic them and rough them up, make them look worn in. I prefer my guitars to try to keep them looking new. But I have to admit, this is kind of growing on me a little bit. You know, this is, and the cool part is, this relicking is from me. I mean, this is, you know, me playing it. You can see where some of the finish has worn. And I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I mean, I might, you know, I'll clean it up a little bit. But as far as doing a refinish, nah, I think I'm just going to keep it like this. And move forward with it and see how it turns out. I mean, if I want, I can always change my mind and refinish it. But right now, and a refinish would be a pain. I mean, I really don't want to mess with these pinstripes here. You know, I really don't. I just assume keep it just the way it is and just clean it up a little bit and get all the DNA off of it. That's like 35 years old. Maybe I can get some of that young DNA. And yeah, so yeah, that's it, guys. So stay tuned. This ought to be pretty interesting project here. I'm in no rush on this. I'll take my time with it and really think this out and make sure that anything that I put in this is going to be the right thing. Alright guys, have a great night.